I've also seen people become stronger even though they have lost. It all depends on the person. It all depends on your relationship with God. You know, beloved, when my dad at his last, the doctor called us in, and the doctor said to us, we must prepare ourselves that he's going. And I didn't take that too serious, because I thought to myself, you know what? We have God, and God is going to do what God needs to do. And then I remember not very long after that, my mother called us in, and my mother said to us, as the children, my brothers and myself, she said to us, you know what? You need to prepare yourself. I don't think your father's going to make it. And I'll never forget that day where we were sitting, how we were sitting, how it felt, the atmosphere in that lounge, how I felt like everything in my heart wanted to break. I felt shattered on the inside. And as much as I felt the way that I did, immediately anger rose up in me. And I became almost insane. And I started, I was like so hysterical. And I was yelling at God, and I was screaming. And I said to God, you will not take my father. You will not take him. Not when I just got him back. And I was screaming. I said, even if I go lay on his grave, you will raise him up, because you can. You just don't want to. I will not accept his death. I had a moment of insanity. And I remember my mother looking at me with tears in her eyes, and she just shook her head. She didn't know what to say. My brothers were staring at me because they've never seen me so insane. It's like I lost myself in that moment. And I remember thinking to myself as years went on, because I often ponder on why I fought so much with God. And I remember moments later, I started thinking to myself, yeah, I was a new Christian, saved because my father got sick. And I want to hold God to my word. I want to keep God to a standard. Who do I think I am when he's been chasing me all my life? I come into the kingdom now. I want to come and I want to force God to come and do what I want him. I want to make demands. Yes, that's the right word. I want to make demands on God. How many times do we make demands on God when things happen in our families, or when people die, or we lose people? Forgetting that there are consequences to everything. You see, God saves us. And God completes us, and God completed my father. He was beautifully saved, but there were still consequences. He had cancer because he smoked, and he smoked heavy stuff. One of the strongest cigarettes that you can find. There's still consequences to the things that we do. We make decisions that places us in bad situations, but we still want to come and we want to blame God. We want to bring him in this box and make demands. Now you will do it. I wanted to demand on God to do certain things, because forgetting that my father still made decisions. And I thank God for the fact that even when my dad died, my relationship with him became stronger. I thank him for that daily, because I see people who have moved away from God. They are so angry with him. You did this to me. But what we fail to realize is that we have actions. And when we make those decisions where God is not involved in, there are consequences to the decisions that we make. There are heavy consequences. And now you want to say that, but God doesn't bless me. Look what is happening to my family. My family is not doing this, or my family is going through things, and my family this and my family that. But where was God when you made that wrong decision? Where was God when you decided to do what you did? We want to use him like a yo-yo. Now you're close to me, then you're not. Now you're close to me, then you're not. He is not a yo-yo. And for every decision that he is not part in our lives, we will suffer the consequences. And so we lose people in our lives, ladies and gentlemen. We go through things where we lose people, but it's not God's fault. And Job understood this. He understood that everything I am going through is not always. In fact, in the book, you will go and read that Job was making sacrifices for his children in case they curse God. They were not under the covering of God. They made their own decisions. So the calamity that struck them was based on consequences. Now we go, but God, why do you do this to my family? What lifestyle have they lived? What decisions have they made? I'm not a blessing because look what God is doing to me. We often want God to come and just wave a magic wand. And yes, he can. But what about the life lessons that we need to learn? What about the things that God wants to instill within our lives? You know, I want to share the story with you quickly. There's a woman called Mariah, what is the name now? Mariah Wood? No, not Carrie, man. Mariah Woodworth. Etta Woodworth. That's her name. She was a revivalist. And this woman was serving God with signs, miracles, and wonders. This woman was a woman that was strong in God. This woman had 6 children, and she was doing the work of the Lord. She was a female revivalist, evangelist. She was healing people, praying for people. People were coming to God. You know what happened to this woman? All her children died before her. In one instant, she lost 5 of her children at once due to a pandemic that was in the country. Later on, she lost her daughter, a daughter that was left. But she never gave up on God. And I asked myself the question, how is it that there are people that face such bad things and they still say, though you slay me, yet will I trust in you. I believe that you are my blessing. There must be a good God, Melissa, if these people don't give up on him. There must be something about him that makes these prominent people not let go of him. People like Job, people like Maria Woodworth Etta. These people don't give up on God. That there is something to God